Hello and welcome to another episode of Chunkbuild, guys. I hope you're alright. Yes, I hope you're alright. It's new theme today, guys. So for this episode and the following two episodes, we are going to do Wild West as a theme. And this is the first build. I hope you like it. It is a Gold Diggers mining outpost. I will explain everything in a minute, but what I want to say first of all is if you like this build, you can download it. There is a structure download in the description, a structure block download, and there are furthermore instructions in the description for how you use structure blocks in Minecraft. So you can place this in your world. And I will say one thing about this particular build. Because of the water, I had to put some iron bars here, and obviously in your build you will continue the river or make it go into a mountain or something like that, but I couldn't really do that here, so that's why those iron bars are there. Now, what's the point of this build? Well, this build is really interesting in my opinion. It has a lot of function, or well, imaginary function in it. So it starts off, all of it starts off here by looking at this Waterwheel. The Waterwheel, the idea is it takes up mud and water in its little cauldrons here and tips it off here, runs down here, and here the gold diggers take their bowl. Oh, I'm in creative, so I just stole the bowl, but yeah, they take their bowl and they wash the gold out from the mud. And as you can see, they have had some success here, even more so if you look here. So that's the first part of it. Now, how does the water wheel turn, you wonder? Well, it's powered by donkeys. So, from the water wheel is an axle. Pardon me. It's an axle, and it goes through here, all the way to this gearbox. You have to have some imagination. It's a oak block, but oak plank, but. Yeah, from the gearbox another axle goes up, and if we go in to let's see here, game mode 3, we can even see, so it comes up here to this gearbox, and then here is the end of the axle, and presumably these donkeys are then attached to that and somehow make it spin. It's a small build, guys. You can't ask for too much, but yeah, I think it's pretty cool anyway that it's kind of semi-functional. And these hatches here, they're for repairs. So if something breaks, the gold diggers can go in here and help them out. Now, you should rightly feel very sad for the donkeys. They probably didn't have a very good life back in the Wild West, and in many places today they still don't. But we have some apples for them, and that makes everything alright. So you can go up here and feed the donkeys and so on. Now there are several entrances here. This one goes in here, and then you can go out here and come down to this place here. So that's as far as the function goes. Let's talk a little bit about the build. First of all, this water wheel, I had some trouble constructing it. But as you can see, it's basically a 7 diameter circle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks. I originally made it completely out of fences, and then I realized that, well, it needs a center point. And then it looked kind of funny when it was all fences here, because they don't connect with the cauldrons. So I figured, well, let's put some full blocks. We can't really, it looks kind of silly if we have full blocks here, so I thought, well, put some slabs. So yeah, that's how it sort of grew. Oh yeah, no, I know why I put slabs here, because if I put a full block you couldn't see that cauldron down there, and I found that it's quite important that you can see that. So yeah, that is floating a little bit, but I find that this is the way it looks best. So a 7 diameter circle, by the way, is 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. So So there you go. And then these cauldrons are just placed, you know, on the end. And obviously, if once you pass this point, so the wheel spins this way. Once you pass this point, the water has been tipped off. So these two cauldrons are empty. And once you pass this point, the cauldrons fill up again. So that's why that one and that one has water in it. Other than that, this here is one water source, and it runs down here, and it just ends up in a hole underneath here. If you build this yourself, you can do something more sophisticated with that, of course. But this is completely made out of slabs. It's just oak slabs in a little pattern like this. It's not even an even pattern, but that doesn't matter. They would have built the way it fit the landscape. And that really goes for the entire build here, right? So the walls are made out of spruce wood planks and oak wood logs, and they just mix really well together, and they give this nice textured feel, the logs does, to an otherwise fairly plain wall. The whole thing is built on a hill here, so this section is on the hill, whereas the hill ended here, so they had to build up with some stilts or whatever it might be called in poles, I suppose, in English. So this section is on poles. Yeah, let's talk about finally, well, there are a couple more things, but we're getting there. So let's talk about the roof. The roof originally was just half slabs on this section, and just stairs on this section, but that looked incredibly plain, and I thought to myself, well, these gold diggers, they would have used what materials they could. They would have patched and mended the roof when it's needed, so we need to break it up a bit. So basically I started out with this half slabbed, slightly slanting roof, and then I put in some stairs at random places. I doubled up the slabs in some places, and sort of created this really rough, rugged look, yeah. And I went and did the same thing on the other roof. The other roof is originally stairs, just like that. Yeah, as you can see, there are some stairs where there normally should be slabs. There are some slabs missing. And there are some slabs where there were normally stairs. So that's the story of the roof. It's just basically a rugged up, rough version of a normal roof. So yes, getting the donkeys in here, by the way, isn't easy, because this area is fairly small. So if you try this yourself, be prepared to sacrifice a couple of these very nice fellas. I should also mention that there are no windows here. It's all just fences and trapdoors in the windows, in the window holes, so to speak. And I think that's about it, guys. I hope you like this Western theme. I'm having tons of fun building these things. So yeah, leave likes, comment. Let me know if you have any suggestions for themes, guys. And I will see you next time. Bye bye!